That day, the world did not conclude in a tumultuous collapse. It was not enveloped in a dense, impenetrable fog resembling a cloud of dust. Instead, the world underwent a silent disassembly. This disintegration commenced within the pupils of each individual. It was as though an invisible veil was lifted, revealing the concealed layers of reality. Rays of light no longer halted upon striking the skin or the fibers of wood. The retina abruptly refused to cease at the surface of objects, commencing to expose the secrets of nature. The reality we had known dissolved and flowed away like a watercolor painting soaked in cold water. Envision that scene, seated in the family drawing room, with the clock ticking softly and the aroma of coffee lingering in the air during an ordinary moment. Then, suddenly, everything transforms. The gaze no longer rests on the faint color of the walls or the soft texture of the sofa. It penetrates transparently, unveiling hidden secrets. The heart throbs with a mixture of wonder and confusion, as if the entire universe opens like a thin membrane, inviting questions about the boundary between the solid and the illusory. This transparency is not merely a visual phenomenon but a profound summons to explore the fundamentals of human perception. Here, light becomes the herald of concealed truths, and each glance transforms into a probe delving deeply into matter. Scientists have imagined transparency in science fiction novels for many years. However, now it manifests as a tangible reality. This evokes the discovery of X-rays by Wilhelm Conrad Röntgen in 1895, which enabled observation of the body's interior without surgical incision. Today, this capability emerges naturally, without any apparatus, provoking profound questions: is this a sudden evolutionary mutation, or a cosmic phenomenon still lingering in obscurity? Recent technological developments, such as the augmented reality technology developed by Mediview in 2025, integrate real-time three-dimensional images into medical procedures, providing unprecedented precision in viewing anatomical structures. This visual transparency can be regarded as a natural extension of human innovation, yet here it relies on no technological aid. In 2025, Mediview completed a $24 million Series A funding round led by GE Healthcare, obtained the CE mark for entry into the European medical market, and deepened the application of augmented reality in surgical navigation with the XR90 platform. This platform overlays three-dimensional models derived from computed tomography scans with real-time ultrasound, reducing the necessity for ionizing radiation and enhancing surgeons' confidence in fields such as oncology and interventional radiology. The XR90 platform does not merely superimpose models, it renders interventions safer and more precise, minimizing radiation exposure. Furthermore, Mediview initiated a multi-center study in 2025 for the XR90 surgical navigation in soft tissue biopsy, planning to enroll 104 patients over 24 months to evaluate procedural efficiency. On global social networks, experts from the Massachusetts Institute of Technology Media Lab discuss methods combining augmented reality with wireless signals to detect hidden objects. However, no one predicted that this global transformation would evoke a blend of terror and peculiar curiosity, akin to discovering a new universe within one's own home. Here, the barrier between the visible and the invisible melts away, revealing an entanglement of forces that challenge the understanding of everyday reality. The Meta Ray-Ban spectacles, introduced at the 2025 Meta Connect conference with advancements in holographic imaging, project clear and natural images directly onto the retina through integrated displays. Controlled by a smart electromyography wristband and integrated with the Llama for artificial intelligence model, they facilitate continuous conversations, provide Spotify integration, and improve conversation focus in noisy environments via software updates. The version 21 software update, released in December 2025, introduced the conversation focus feature, enabling clearer hearing in crowded settings, and collaborated with Spotify for an artificial intelligence-based multimodal music experience. Here, users can create playlists based on voice descriptions or moods, transforming listening into an immersive experience. This connects our perception to the layers of quantum mechanics, where observation itself influences reality. The mysteries of the universe deepen this enigma. For instance, the James Webb Space Telescope in 2025 confirmed an actively growing supermassive black hole just 570 million years after the Big Bang, prompting a reconsideration of black hole formation theories and suggesting that this new transparency resonates with cosmic mysteries. Additionally, the telescope discovered a new moon orbiting Uranus, observed the farthest supernova in cosmic history, detected compelling evidence of a powerful atmosphere around a rocky exoplanet resembling a hot lava globe, witnessed the real-time loss of an exoplanet's atmosphere through massive helium clouds, recorded the known third interstellar object, Comet 3I Atlas, and captured a pair of dwarf galaxies in a gravitational dance. Among the most recent discoveries, the James Webb identified seeds of life in an icy star beyond our galaxy, detecting complex organic molecules such as methanol and ethanol, imaged an Einstein ring confirming general relativity 8 times over, and revealed a population of brown dwarfs in the nebula Westerlund 2. Further, in 2025, the James Webb confirmed the first runaway supermassive black hole, traversing its galaxy at 220 million miles per hour, a discovery described as mind-boggling. Moreover, it uncovered an inexplicable planet in a distant exoplanet's atmosphere possessing diamonds and soot, challenging all explanations. These discoveries propel new theories for the universe's evolution, igniting curiosity about unknown depths, and emphasize the Hubble tension deepened by new lens measurements in 2025. This points to new physics shaping cosmic expansion, aligning with the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument Project's suggestion of evolving dark energy, creating a three-dimensional map of the universe to explain acceleration, and showing a 2.3 sigma discrepancy between approaches, reinforcing the need to reconsider the standard cosmological model. The Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument Project's recent analysis suggests that the universe's expansion may be slowing rather than accelerating, consistent with a phantom dark energy model that partially resolves the Hubble tension, now reaching an 8% difference, exceeding the 5 sigma threshold. It indicates new physics. By the end of 2025, the Hubble tension remains unresolved, with new cosmic maps deepening the enigma, implying many tensions despite the standard model remaining unbroken. At first, this was a terrifying vortex. The colossal brain, programmed over millions of years to rely on solid walls and the softness of skin, was suddenly thrust into an infinite flow of information. What had previously been called seeing became a continuous visual dissection. When looking down at the palm, one no longer sees the familiar lines or the pigment of the skin. Instead, a network of intersecting tendons, a river of pulsating red blood vessels, and deep within, an ivory skeletal structure are revealed, complete yet impersonal, a biomechanical armor. Life without protective coverings becomes bare and vivid, like a wound exposed to cold air. This sensation crashes over like a wave of fury, creating a mental whirlwind, with breath shortening and the heartbeat feeling as though it might burst from the chest before this vivid reality. A 2024 study from Yale University investigates visual overload, showing that this perceptual chaos disrupts the brain's information flow, blocking neural connections in the primary visual cortex and generating cognitive overload. Visual disorder alters position-based neural processing in the visual field. Research in 2025 reveals that brain focus shifts from continuous flow to flash-like bursts, switching focus approximately 8 times per second, managing visual excess. Studies on visual snow syndrome emphasize changes in insular connectivity, suggesting difficulties in regulating sensory input. These studies demonstrate that information floods compel the brain to adapt, akin to how ancestors adapted to hunter-gatherer environments. Additional 2025 research analyses focus entropy distribution using eye movement heat maps, confirming that this overload reduces cognitive reaction times and increases perceptual errors, alongside rising reports of concentration issues among American adults. Rapid neural adaptation is essential. In scientific forums, for example on the X platform, users view this as an evolutionary lag, where technology and rapid changes exceed the brain's adaptive capacity, generating heavy psychological pressure. Individuals become alienated from their own bodies. Recent discoveries in quantum physics in 2025, such as photon-like behavior in quantum materials resolving decades of mystery, are hailed by scientists, enhancing this enigma. They invite contemplation of hidden forces transcending us, including anyons that explain superconductivity and magnetism, behaving like atoms in quantum circuits. For instance, quantum computers in 2025 proved more useful than anticipated, with the market reaching $3.5 billion, record investments, commercial applications, improved qubit performance, particularly as discovery machines in physics, revealing quantum paradoxes. These paradoxes explain many cosmic mysteries but generate new ones, like the discovery of a new class of neutral particles following unique quantum statistics, or photon-like emergent behavior in quantum materials, resolving decades of mystery and opening doors to practical quantum technologies. Quantum computers in 2025 focus on error correction, with neutral atom quantum computing expected to achieve major leaps by 2026. The global quantum market grew from $1.8 billion to $3.5 billion in 2025, projected to reach $5.3 billion by 2030. Top quantum breakthroughs include the world's most powerful computer enabling quantum artificial intelligence, record investments, commercial applications, quantum error correction, and advancements in neutral atom technology. The surrounding space is no longer an ordinary room. Concrete walls, once symbols of safety and privacy, now resemble blurred, semi-transparent curtains. Within them, rusted and bent water pipes, copper wires carrying currents like small lightning bolts, and even dust particles floating in dense voids become visible. Distance is no longer measured in meters or steps, but by the number of material layers the gaze must traverse. A meter of wood is now heavier than a meter of air, not in terms of mass, but in the amount of structural information the brain must process to discern the other side. A light breeze entering through the window carries the scent of moist soil, but now it mingles with images of colliding air molecules, creating a visual emotional symphony. It is disconcerting yet exhausting. Theories from Stanford University suggest that technological algorithms mimic true X-ray vision, but here a pure mutation confronts humanity with quantum reality. Atoms are inherently composed of empty space, with solidity being an illusion of electromagnetic forces. The physicist Richard Feynman described the universe as a sea of energy. However, now we swim within it, feeling every wave, igniting curiosity about deep mysteries that science has yet to reach. Advancements in the Meta Ray-Ban spectacles in 2025 integrate three-dimensional overlays into the real world, technologically enhancing this transparency and linking perception to the layers of quantum mechanics, where observation shapes reality. Furthermore, astrophysicists in 2025 mapped the invisible universe using warped galaxies, supporting the standard cosmological model and demonstrating that existing telescope images can reveal cosmic mysteries. This raises questions about whether the new vision makes analogous discoveries within matter. For example, the James Webb Space Telescope's 2025 observations of new satellite orbits around Uranus and the impossible of galaxies in the early universe propel new theories for cosmic evolution and increase mysteries. The results deepen the Hubble tension, pointing to evolving dark energy, with discrepancies against lens measurements increasing to 8%, exceeding the 5 sigma threshold, and suggesting new physics shaping cosmic expansion. Recent analyses indicate that cosmic expansion may reverse, consistent with dynamic dark energy models derived from baryon acoustic oscillations, transitioning from accelerating expansion to potential slowdown, partially resolving the Hubble tension and promoting speculation about undiscovered cosmic cycles. By the end of 2025, physicists suggest the universe may end in a big crunch for 33 billion years hence, implying expansion may slow. The universe may be asymmetric, posing serious challenges to standard explanations as new studies propose. New theories suggest energy fragments may be the fundamental blocks of the universe, reconstituting space and time not as particles or waves. This new world does not empower but imposes an unprecedented psychological burden. Consider, reality can no longer be ignored. Even closing the eyelids allows radiation and information flows to penetrate the thin coverings, compelling the brain to process superimposed images. Humanity's greatest luxury, simplicity, has vanished forever. Previously, we lived in blissful ignorance beneath the surface. We cherished harmonious lines, but how can one cherish the deep orbital brain structures or the muscle bundles in every smile? This sensation evokes profound sorrow, mingled with mystery, questioning whether humanity is prepared for a reality omnipresent. Research in evolutionary psychology in 2025, from Psychology Today, warns that artificial intelligence and information acceleration exceed adaptive capacities, leading to rapid transhumanism, with digital overload redefining psychiatry, cognitive offloading, and brain decoupling are generating emotional desensitization, overload, and negative self-images. Filters must be invented to rescue the brain from collapse. In mainstream media, such as the British Broadcasting Corporation, discussions of 19th-century X-ray spectacles history occur, but now this is reality, evoking Plato's philosophy. The superficial world is merely a shadow of deeper reality. Additional quantum research in 2025, such as room temperature quantum signal transmission from Stanford, realizes practical applications without cooling, deepening mysteries and questioning how abstract forces expand understanding of the universe. For instance, the 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics was awarded to John Clark, Michel Devret, and John Martinis for the discovery of macroscopic quantum tunneling and energy quantization in electrical circuits, strengthening quantum cosmic connections and speculating whether our vision opens analogous tunnels in reality. This discovery proves that strange quantum effects, like barrier tunneling, can manifest on macroscopic scales in artificial circuits, leading to more stable quantum computers and contemplating whether this phenomenon underpins our perceptual changes. This transformation precipitates an accelerated collapse of societal values. Privacy, the foundation of modern civilization, now becomes archaic. Closed doors, velvet curtains, safes lose meaning. When everything is visible, concealment is futile. In meetings, leaders can no longer hide fears behind expensive attire or serene expressions. Everyone sees accelerated heartbeats, active sweat glands beneath shirts, stomachs contracting in anxiety. The body becomes an honest yet cruel signal emitter. Lies emerge from the mouth, but the entire biological system shouts another truth. In meetings, whispers, the faint scent of sweat, and images of spreading stress hormones combine to create a heavy yet authentic atmosphere. Practical privacy theses suggest transparency strengthens trust in relationships, but privacy loss generates stress and anxiety. A 2018 iHeart study identifies for psychological effects, increased stress, anxiety, sense of surveillance. The American Psychological Association's 2025 online publication notes that philosophical transparency is discussed in self-knowledge. Clarity adapts to truth, but hear the paradox. Transparency sometimes increases trust and sometimes decreases it. A Springer link confirms that lies scientifically strengthen trust at times. Cosmically, astronomers in 2025 refine expansion rates, deepening mysteries, and strengthening the Hubble tension. This is a greater enigma in modern cosmology, questioning whether our perception reveals analogous paradoxes in society. Perhaps primordial dark energy resolves two major riddles, with the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument Project's 2025 results showing dark energy's evolution, using a three-dimensional map to contribute to cosmic acceleration, and earning the Berkeley Prize. The Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument's recent evidence, combined with unmodified supernova data, suggests cosmic expansion may slow, consistent with future reversal models and promoting cyclic universe speculation, strengthening the need for new physics to explain this discrepancy. In 2025, the Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument announced new results implying dark energy may evolve in unexpected ways, using the largest three-dimensional map of the universe to show potential changes. The sensation of nakedness in a crowd consumes everything. Not the removal of clothing, but biochemical reactions exposing the soul. The sorrow of strangers is seen as brain energy depletion. desires, jealousies, hidden pathogens within seemingly healthy bodies. Empathy is no longer a product of communication or compassion but biologically enforced. Understanding without listening, merely observing changes in cortical neural flows. On the street, laughter, scents, brainwave oscillations mingle with images to create a vivid emotional panorama. Intimacy and distance are revealed simultaneously. Social epistemology research in 2025 suggests privacy invasion destroys social trust in a post-truth era where, as the Art and Ideas Institute notes on television, pursuing truth is key to protecting democracy. On the X platform, users speculate that total transparency will lead society to biological ethics, adapting behaviors for mutual observation, igniting curiosity in a world without mysteries. In 2025, quantum computers prove more useful, with emphasis on quantum readiness, particularly as discovery machines in physics revealing quantum paradoxes. They explain cosmic mysteries but generate new ones. For example, the success of Chicago's quantum ecosystem is celebrated on World Quantum Day, showing how science and quantum technology shape the world, increasing mysteries. Amid advancements, the quantum market reaches $3.5 billion, with record investments and commercial applications in chemical simulation and logistics optimization, improved qubits overcoming errors, and quasi-particle behavior in strange quantum materials resolving decades of mystery. However, this total transparency creates an ice-cold distance. When nothing remains to discover, trust loses its essence. Trust requires shadows, space to choose belief in promises. Now, data replaces trust. Human relationships are based not on subtle vibrations but on the stability of biological indicators. Partners are chosen not for attractive smiles but for directly visible genetic compatibility and the robustness of the circulatory system. This sensation evokes serene solitude, with the night breeze whispering through the window bringing images of colliding molecules, prompting contemplation of existence's meaning. The philosopher Jensen Bell emphasizes information as a fundamental tool in a post-truth world, with Pew Research's 2022 ethical concerns about misinformation, but here transparency eliminates misinformation, generating new trust forms based on biological data. The Allen Institute investigates how the brain processes unexpected information, leading to adaptation but generating overload confusion, redefining psychiatry alongside digital overload. Cosmic mysteries, like those revealed by the James Webb in early universe dark matter and black holes, prompt parallels in our perceptual changes. The Hubble tension deepens, presenting primordial dark energy as a solution. For example, the 2025 International Year of Quantum Sciences and Technologies celebrates the centenary of quantum advancements with global events promoting quantum progress, discovering photon-like emergent particles in quantum materials resolving decades of mystery, suggesting the universe is filled with unanticipated quantum behaviors. After chaos and fatigue, the human brain commences robust development. To survive the information overload of reality, it learns filters and develops new systemic understandings. It ignores transient shells, focusing on operational models. A tree is no longer green leaves or brown bark. It is a colossal hydraulic pump drawing water from ground to sky, a photosynthesis factory harboring complex chemical reactions in each cell. People see not objects but processes. The whisper of leaves, the fresh scent of resin mingle with energy images to testify to life's miracle. According to 2024 Evolutionary Psychology in Sage Journals, there is an evolutionary lag between digital tasks and ancient instincts, but the brain adaptively manages cognitive load. Nature's information overload models show reactivity decreases with increasing overload. Medium writers conclude that bottleneck systems represent adaptation, preventing overload so the brain focuses on essentials. Human biology research in 2025 emphasizes that adaptation deficits in modern cities may destroy longevity, sensing the need to re-evaluate urban environments consistent with evolutionary physiology. the 2025 Nobel Prize in Physics honors quantum tunneling research, strengthening quantum cosmic connections and speculating whether our vision opens analogous tunnels in reality. For example, quantum computers in 2025 as discovery machines in physics reveal quantum paradoxes, explaining cosmic mysteries but generating new ones, alongside success in photon-like behavior in matter. This development fundamentally alters human psychology. Human emotions flatten. Peaks of excitement or valleys of pain soften in a state of objective observation. When causes and effects of behavior are seen as physical biological interactions, anger is replaced by analysis. If a criminal's neural structure triggers behavior, fury does not arise. Tolerance is no longer a high moral act but a logical outcome of systemic understanding. This peace flows like a serene river, with the murmur of water mingling with images of moving molecules, bringing peace from knowledge. Scientific research in 2025 suggests predictive emotions like care or distrust influence adaptation, with transparency promoting biological tolerance. Luria emphasizes balance between privacy and transparency to protect self-concept. However, this clarity demands the price of existential solitude. The old world, filled with soft illusions and romantic mysteries, has irreversibly vanished. We live in reality, where light never extinguishes, and shadows provide no refuge. Everything is cold truth. Art based on symbols and metaphors must invent a new language. Paintings depict not surfaces but energy structures. Songs imitate not ambiguous emotions but the rhythms of fundamental particles. Music echoes in the room, with images of spreading sound waves mingling to create mystery. As Eon notes, atomic emptiness is misunderstood. Atoms are filled with energy, like medium's quantum emptiness, where perception generates reality. Mahayana Buddhism connects to quantum physics, defining emptiness as illusion, making reality dependent on the mind. Discoveries of the observer effect in 2025 strengthen this, where observation is not passive but creative, awakening spirituality and questioning whether our transparency unleashes analogous creative forces in society. Beneath this transparent vision, old power structures slowly dissolve. Political systems based on propaganda and information control cannot survive when secrets are exposed. Power belongs not to those who hide well but to those enduring maximum transparency. New leaders are resolute biological systems without dark corners of greed or fear, pure minds like clear rivers. Society transitions from law-based order to autonomous regulation of open systems. In meetings, applause, the scent of controlled documents mingle with images of resolute brainwaves, evoking hope for a fair society. ResearchGate shows transparency relies on post-truth communication, with Taylor and Francis discussing post-truth attitudes in consistency with truth. Children of this era know no concept of shells. Growing up, they see adults' facades like clear water. Education is not filling with information but training the brain to organize reality's layers. Focusing on problem roots, analyzing structural stability to permit trust. Innocence does not vanish but is replaced by early wisdom. Accepting truth without the softness of fairy tales. In the park, children's laughter mingles with energy images, igniting curiosity about humanity's future. Children's encyclopedias note visual perception shows early brain development, with 2025 Visual Science Institute research warning that blue light from digital devices influences perceptual processing. In 2025, standard cosmic physics is complete yet its foundation may soon collapse, questioning whether social adaptation parallels such stability. For example, astronomers in 2025 mapped the invisible universe from warped galaxies, supporting the standard model and showing existing images reveal mysteries. The world is now a colossal machine, with every cog and spring exposed. Beauty is not shrouded in mist but a simple change in water vapor density in the air. Ancient temples hold no mystery, mere arrangements of stone eroded by time's molecules. Humanity is the eternal observer of a universe without mysteries. However, from nakedness, new beauty emerges. The beauty of complete honesty. With nothing to hide, people heal inwardly. Gods or laws punish not from fear but as visible equivalents of soul defects. Transparency enforces biological ethics, with goodness the only choice preventing systemic collapse. This sensation awakens a new dawn, with birdsong bringing images of scattering photons, carrying hope. PHYS.org shows in 2025 that lies sometimes strengthen trust, with transparency promoting truth politics. Standing at existence's threshold, indescribable in old language. Space extends not horizontally but as vertical cliffs of reality layers. Time flows not linearly but as continuous transformations of structural observations. Humanity is not the universe's center but a harmony point in dense reality. Evolution has chosen the path, with no return. Like peeling an onion, seeking truth, with tears at each layer but not abandoning the gaze upon the core. Happiness, if it remains, is not surface sensory satisfaction but peace of mind transcending illusions. Finding peace in cold truth. And when transparency becomes not new but basic instinct, the question, what next? When all matter becomes transparent, does the brain pierce the final layer? Becoming infinite pure energy, without distinction between observer and observed? The answer is not what we see but how we choose to exist in a world without shadows. Learning to live as true existence, not desired vision. Humanity's most truthful solitary journey perhaps. The Mind and Life Institute connects quantum physics to reality, with emptiness as ultimate characteristic. Substack shows the observer effect generates measurement states. Cosmic documentaries in 2025 explore universe mysteries, from dark matter, black holes, to the absence in pursuing extraterrestrial life, making our inner transparency appear like a mirror of these cosmic mysteries. The city under this new vision is no longer grey concrete blocks and gleaming glass facades. It is a colossal vascular system sliced by continuous energy cycles, bright optical fiber networks. From a high balcony, one does not see walls separating families. Thousands of biological halos are revealed, contracting in sleep or bare in wakeful anxiety. Distant vehicle noise, the scent of urban smoke mingle with city energy images to create mystery. A gigantic living organism. Privacy, once humanity's sublime right, now an archaeological term. We do not view each other as spies but as ecosystem observers. Seeing the slow heartbeat in a neighbor's deep sleep, reading old messages in the electrochemical flow along the spine of the woman opposite. With nothing to hide, it evokes astonishing peace. Every lie is exposed as it buds, compelling people to choose peace, with the body submitting to truth. San Jose Consulting shows transparency deficit erodes trust. Here total transparency generates truth's peace. In a clear world, architecture discards ornamentation. Buildings optimize airflow and natural light distribution. No dark rooms for conspiracies, all spaces open and mutually transparent. Architects design not visual sections but heat and vibration maps. Homes are not fortresses against the world but notes in a spatial symphony harmonized without barriers to overall flow. Wind whistles in buildings awaken urban music, with chords igniting curiosity. The deepest change is in our connections. Love, nourished by mystery and imaginative voids, is exposed to rigorous testing. How to love when cellular defects are visible. Seeing irrational fear waves in a lover's brain, hormonal fluctuations? However, at nakedness's pinnacle, new emotion emerges, biological empathy. Love is not ideal image projection but rhythmic, vibrating flawed reality. Love without possession. Becoming masters of permanent energy transformations? Hand-holding is not skin contact but feeling atomic vibrations entangle, protecting reality from dissolution. More resilient, with every error from systemic imbalance and tolerance restoring balance. Palm warmth mingles with vibrating atom images, and Facebook physics groups show contact is an illusion of electron repulsion. the 2025 Nobel in Physics honors quantum tunneling, reminding that abstract barriers are surmounted, making social connections appear like soul tunnels. Economic markets experience purification of financial structures. Complex stock graphs and elaborate investment algorithms collapse before true value vision. Currency, symbol of abstract trust, loses meaning, with value measured by energy contribution and systemic stability. Companies no longer claim sustainability, with underground toxic waste visible. Greed flourishes in information asymmetry, but now lacks foundation. Hoarders are optimized like black spots in social networks, tumors in the collective body. Past office coffee scents yield to transparent economy. However, living in a shadowless world imposes terrifying psychological pressure on the human brain, evolved over millions of years in caves and jungles, demanding continuous adaptation and risk. No refuge. The soul cannot hide in dark corners of self-deception. Visibility plunges people into transparency madness. Gaze endures limit second by second. Cellular aging, neural connection wear, hidden death in every living breath. For them, truth is not liberating light but fire consuming every hope. Longing for soft veils, mists, deceptions to sustain existence. But truth does not retreat. Accepting the forbidden fruit fully, living under ice-cold truth's sky. Science Direct shows cognitive overload influences students. PubMed Central redefines psychiatry with digital overload, generating cognitive schism categories. Cosmic Science podcasts in 2025 from Copernican discoveries to Einsteinian gravity remind that new vision reveals analogous unresolved mysteries in human psychology. For example, the 2025 Dark Energy Spectroscopic Instrument project generates a three-dimensional map of the universe, understanding dark energy to answer cosmic expansion acceleration causes, with evidence of slowdown and potential reversal promoting cyclic universe theory. In this era, education becomes peace education. Children see suffering, escaping despair's vortex. Viewing flower bonds as equal to star collapses with respect. With matter transparent, meaning is taught not in the visible but in reactions. Evening park walks, now gigantic biology laboratories. Seeing a child focus on a tree. Not seeing green leaves but sap rising from roots, transporting minerals from soil. The plant in infinite dance with environment, exchanging oxygen and carbon molecules at atomic level. Beauty not claimed, but wisely smiled upon. To the child, the tree is not a separate object but an extension of breath. Child innocence is not ignorance but complete acceptance of life's flow. Wind in leaves, moist soil scent evoke peace emotions. Art undergoes extreme transformation. Museums shift from static canvas displays to energy exhibition spaces. Artists manipulate not brushes and watercolors but magnetic fields and light pulses to mimic reality structures. Good works make viewers feel connected to distant galaxy vibrations. Music follows the same path. Not melodies of ambiguous emotions but imitations of natural frequencies, resonances of elements forged in ancient star cores, murmurs of subatomic particles in voids. Listening is not old experiences of joy or sorrow but resonance. Feeling part of a gigantic unbreakable logical order. However, at transparency's core, one realizes something strange. With external matter fully pierced, fundamental particles dissected, no solid existence. Discovered energy is not fullness. Every nuclear truth does not evaporate mystery but transforms it. Sao Paulo University materials state all energy renders reality unreal, with quantum mechanics at levels where observers influence outcomes. Cosmic documentaries in 2025 decode the Big Bang's creative forces, igniting curiosity. Does our transparency generate an analogous Big Bang in society? With matter transparent, what prevents systems from collapsing into complete nothingness? Does the human brain distinguish empathy from anger as electrochemical flows? Transparent vision sees what and how but is powerless on why. Layers of reality untouched by light. not postmatter, but the power of observer's will. Seeing a loved body's every cell, yet sacrifice moments are ours. Mass without matter, atomic structures without substance, irreversible in every gaze. In the city square, processions, thousands pass. Clear minds shine, skeletons gleam, tissues entwine. Seeing thought flows weave urban fabric. Creative flows bright, fatigue grey. But in transparency, feel pure solitude. A God knowing all, but without expectation. Material rules completely predictable, space for surprise? Biological instincts see relationship beginnings and ends, courage for investment? The world demands other courage, living passionately in known scenarios. Not explorers of unknown realms but guardians of complete machines. The body quantum emptiness illusion nature. Perhaps clarity is a springboard. Removing erroneous dust, fear remnants, preparing for great transformation. Accustoming to passing through everything, viewing self, not biological structure but pure consciousness point seeing all. Viewing own palm. Blood vessels, bones, wild vibrating atoms generate powerful illusion. Deep within, recognizing peace. Peace above material world. Understanding, the path is not external conquest but rediscovery of intangible core, how transparent. City night bare shines. Energy flows stream, people live in spontaneous mutual awakening. No cries of betrayal, deceptive laughs. Merely operating universe humming with total precision. Illusions discarded, replaced by truth, ice-cold truth but solid foundation, they're viewing future, transparency not burden but wings, flying to intangible. Peace observation questions, all barriers melted, you may object thoughts revealed, remaining infinite solitude or infinite unity. Answer in next reality layer, erasing vision thresholds truth. New Center, Stanford Astrophysics Data Science Artificial Intelligence combining to solve universe's big problems, Discovery Mirror, in a transparency inviting tool to cosmic communion. Night ends, darkness concept old as before. In complete transparent world, night weak filter, every corner attacked by small light particles no hiding. Sitting on stone bench, now vibrating mineral crystal porous structure, viewing human flow. Solitude not abandoned sorrow but intelligence touching ultimate rules in awe. All mysteries revealed, love not miracle but precise chemical reaction sequence in neurotransmitter receptors keys. Betrayal not unexpected blow but process of lacking bonds, predicted decay months prior. Universe stripped, finding cold mechanical cogs beneath mythical glory veils. However, from extreme nothingness, another glimmer emerges. Not physical light but new perception. Viewing young woman passing holding child. Seeing powerful heartbeat in chest, red blood nourishing body. Small electrical pulses along nerves, bending to kiss child's forehead. New world theory this survival instinct, gene protection. But at observation end, beyond particles, reality form, invisible recognition. Every heart atom, dominating vast emptiness volume, not void. Energy tension, pure possibility. Fundamental particles not spheres but amorphous thread bundles. Entire universe not combination of things but vibrating symphony. Fearful gaze upon possibility see. YouTube Facebook materials note atomic emptiness, solidity electromagnetic force illusion. Quantum physics in 2025 brings surprises, quasi-particle behavior in quantum materials resolving decades mystery, inviting view hidden energy symphony-like in transparency. Suddenly understanding, transparency not end of knowledge but start of new belief. Knowing all what and how, creating why freedom. In complete mechanical world, artist before blank canvas. Woman choice, knowing love chemistry, sacrifice dream, dedicated life for child. In total transparency, choice most sacred. Not guided by blind illusion but choosing love with clear transparent consciousness. A rising, walking city among shining minds. Not feeling isolation. Skin boundaries blur with environment. Seeing surface colliding gas molecules, energy exchange, existence fragments borrowed returned. No independent units colliding, waves in infinite energy sea. Here solitude answer. Total transparency destroys false self, world separation shell. Everything transparent, no hiding, no isolation. Are you, the building, galaxies behind star veils dust. Solitude evaporates, recognition viewing completely with billions eyes. City awakens to new era dawn. Sun, massive nuclear reactor converting mass to life, flows through glass walls, passing bodies transforming all to glowing amber blocks. Passing cold truth threshold, entering integration warmth. Transparency not fatigue load but liberation state. Meaning revealed, freedom from fear. Truth now not wounding but learning view solid rules beauty. Horizon viewing, reality itself succumbs beneath light. Path from ignorant darkness to dazzling clarity deep peace. Their vision not external conquest analysis but inner infinite consciousness existence. Universe not riddle to unravel but poem to form. We, transparent souls, as most beautiful verses. Infinite unity every breath prayer, every gaze blessing, every step transformation to all light source. All ends, all begins. Transparent world truth beyond ultimate truth, our capacity dwelling in nothingness smiling, knowing indivisible logical love part of grand order. Big Think in 2025 scientific truth belief independent, Rocket Minnesota after, 2025 philosophy cosmic state connects, transparency ultimate state emphasizing mystery above.